Welcome, I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on a financial planning application sort of designed for medium to long-term thinking. And lately we've just finished persistence yesterday, at least for now, and we want to move on to editing, and we'll start editing with deleting streams because streams are kind of the main thing you're creating at this point. We'll also have to do groups and scenarios, but we'll get to those later. All right, I left something, a breadcrumb somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. Okay, so we added a button onto the stream view, and it's just a little trash can that says delete this item. So we are just printing delete me now, but we'd like to be able to write something like plans.removePlan, where plans is the whole set of plans and it's maintaining the environment, so we can get to it from here. All right. Let's see. Hey, Mudshark, welcome. Let's see. So as of now, plans doesn't have a remove function. Actually, who uses this? Okay, it's used. Yeah. Okay, creating a new one appends it. That's fine. But what we'd like to have is this delete function. So let's go make. Well, we've probably, yeah, we don't have an environment. We have to pass that in our view. Is that the latest? Usually it gives you some clue about what's going on. No. Okay, yeah, there's that. Oh, no observable object of type people found. Okay. I guess we need them both at this point. Well, let's go over to plans. Okay, so one thing is we're trying to rename these. We're trying the plans. And hopefully that'll kick in. I don't know if it's because we don't have the indexing done or what the complaint is, but it'll eventually get there. All right. What we'll have, well, did we start writing that test? Or it's just locking me out for some reason. Okay, I'm going to cancel. Since it's a test, nothing references this name, so it's faster to just do it like this. Okay. Okay, so the plans can remove a plan. Okay, so let's let's do something like this. This is sort of the simple one. This is going to have to be a recursive thing, though. Our plans are tree objects, where streams are leaves and groups and scenarios are interior nodes. And if we are on a stream inside a scenario and we say delete this thing, we can't just assume it's at the top level. So I'm going to make a scenario for it too. A scenario is an OR for us. We'll just call my scenario. Okay. Append stream. I don't know, it's a bit of setup. All right, so we make a scenario, we make a stream, we add the stream to the scenario. Is that done on plan? Let's just make sure. Yeah, I bet it did. Well, we had parents in here at some point. Have they gone? Oh, only in here. Okay, I guess we don't maintain that variable. At one point we had a parent field coming in. I think maybe somewhere along the way in persistence it got in the way, and maybe it's not needed anyway if we say we're going to navigate from the top. Okay, so back to the plans. Scenario.append stream. Okay. And then plans.append parents plan 0, the child is scenario. Okay, now that's a bit of setup. Okay, but the thing we want to do is plans.remove stream dot I don't know why it's not proposing ID there, but I think I want ID. All right, and then we said plans.remove plan. Yeah, I guess that's okay. And then once you've done that, the first child's Oh, okay, we did ID lookup. All right. Let's see. So getting from plans. Plan sub 0 should be an array of plan. Let's make sure that's true. I don't know why I'm feeling off here. Plans is our object. We go to the first thing in its array. We should get a plan back. And then that has children, right? Okay. Okay, so plan 0 gives us the top level My Finances plan. And then if we take children sub 0, plan 0 gets us My Finance. So children 0 gives us let's get the name, is My Scenario. Have I done that right? I think I'm there. Okay. All right, now let's do plans.remove. Start with nothing. This test should fail. Plans.remove with plan. Okay, oh, it's still building. Okay. Now the name on this one is really proving that I've got the scenario, but the scenario's children should be empty now because we had one, but we deleted it. One failure. Good. Okay. So we have the right one, and its children is 1 because it doesn't do anything. All right. So, well, it's best as a recursive thing, and this is where I'm still kind of having this top level array when our make and makes something that holds things like arrays just feels wrong, but it's where we are. So, but I don't know that we ever use it. Okay. I'm resisting writing a recursive routine, you can tell. All right. So if we remove, well, sometimes the easiest way to do these, well, sometimes it's easier to start with a case that doesn't really go anywhere, but all right. So I want to say, given a plan, all right. So, well, for plan in plans. Okay, so we're going to have to do something for each one of these. This is why it's a mistake to have this array. Okay, so we're going to do something. What are we going to do? Well, if this is plan to remove. Okay, so we have a plan. If we found out that plan to remove was equal to plan, boy, let me see who uses this. Do they ever do anything with call plan sub zero? Remove all, we append new plan sub zero, copy, plan.make stream. Okay, I don't think we do. All right, I'm going to call remove on the plan, then remove the plan from the parent. Yeah. The thing is, you shouldn't be able to delete my finances, and we don't put a delete thing on it. I hope. I almost feel like, okay, what I want to do, I'm going to take this back out. But I think you've got the right strategy. We're going to remove from the plan, which says remove from, do any of your children have this? If so, delete that child. But I'm going to take this out. Okay. And I think we will pass all our tests. I'm going to switch gears on refactoring and go to maintaining the top level plan just as a singleton or a single value. So kind of what we'll have done is we renamed and we put it in a commented out test. Okay, which will be fine. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to change this and deal with the consequences. Whoops. So this becomes plans equals new plans dot plans. Now this one, okay, that puts it in, well, that gives us a control of it at the level of the top level plans, but the work is all done in plan, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, now there's going to be some broken stuff. car move on the plan. Okay. We saw a number of places. Okay, self.plans. Okay, now possibilities does need a list of these things. So we're gonna start it with an initial list. I think there's still several more places, though. I'm not sure why it's not complaining more. Maybe they're all tests. Children sub-zero still makes sense. Okay. Yeah, this will break any previous persistence. So yeah, let's run and make sure this is going to work. But what I expect is we'll end up with a flat line thing that's lost all our previous plans. Person should be okay theoretically because it's not affected by this change. Okay, so I think we had Vera. Yeah. Okay. Let's add something. We'll make sure it does persist now, but I don't think there'll be a problem. Okay, and rerun. Yep. Okay. Good so far. All right. Do we have any? Okay, we're back there. All right, let's revive that test. Okay, now plans. All right, so I think this is plan.remove plan to remove. And then I guess we want to expect plans was changed. Oh. Plans has no variable remove. I think you're just not up to current. Okay, so now we're going to say plans.remove. Okay, so the tree is affected by this. Plans, we're not going to remove the top level plan like this, but we do have to remove plans from the plan, a plan. I think we had, yeah, there's append. This is really descendant. Okay, now I don't know if I want to. So I'm going to set that test aside again. Now, I think, is it just dot ignored? Somewhere. Well, excuse me. I can't just get a Finder window. Well, I don't know if I have this version. Can't tell where it's going to show up. Right. Oh, well. I didn't actually describe how to do it. Disabling tests. I've updated my cheat sheet, but obviously not enough. Is it just dot disabled? I know there's a way to do this. I guess if we work from test. Tags. No, it's not bugs. Jeez. I don't think they have ignore test. I'm pretty sure it's an attribute on here. Dot enabled. Or is it? No, golly. Well, there's yeah, maybe it's that. that going to do it? Ambiguous. Is it going to find that? No. God. Videos. That's the Xcode UI. Oh, I know I saw this stuff the other day too. That's the worst of it. To disable, just disable parentheses. Okay. So the goal is disable this so we can go write a test on a plan. Okay. And somewhere we have appending. For stream maker composite. Okay. I wasn't consistent. Okay, I don't need all those leaves. Parent, we'll put leaf 1 in there. This will just put parent in. Okay, we make a leaf, we stick in an entry, we stick the entry in our top level tree. Yeah, yeah, they have that for sure. And you can, you can test the operating system version and various other things. So nice little feature. But fortunately, it's not something I do too often. All right, so here we're on plan. Well, yeah, remove, just send it. Okay, so I want to say sut.remove leaf 1. And what I expect is this is kind of it. My top level one is still grandparent. He has children count of 1. So children, and these should really be banks. I think I'm saying they will be there. If they don't, the test will crash anyway. And that count should be equal to 0. Okay, so grandparent is still there. Plan has no member. Okay, so grandparent is still there. He's got one child, which is parent, which maybe I could check that. And I think it's good to dig through the tree and make sure everything's right. So sut dot children bang sub 0 dot name is parent. Okay. Good. All right, this test should fail. Interesting. There's no mark in here about the disabled tests. Test name skipped. And I don't know, they want you to use the yeah, I had my notion of doing snake case here. Okay. Well. Okay. A plan. One failure. Where we expected it has one child because it didn't delete anything. Okay. Good. Trying to get these tabs a little more sensible. All right. So now to remove a descendant, well, if children dot contains where $0.id equals descendant.id, typed one of them instead of two, one equals instead of two lately for some reason. Optional type bool cannot be used as a boolean. Children. Well, let's do this way. If let children equals children dot contains, what does contains return? Bool. No, errors. No, I'm reading the wrong one. True if the sequence contains an element that contains satisfies predicate, else false. Can be satisfied by equatables, booleans. Okay. What's your complaint? Trailing closure is confusable. Oh, fine. Okay, so if we have children and the children contains this, then we're going to say children dot remove well, it's the same thing, isn't it? Remove at element, remove offsets. We just saw remove where though. If it's a parent. Well, if we don't, yeah, I mean, it's, we call remove on the plan to remove it. Yeah, but we want a recursive remove, so we have to do a little work to walk around. The thing is, if we remove it, then there's no point in going down through the descendants. But I don't know why this doesn't work. Let's try this. Chill. Dot remove. Oh, remove all. Okay. Okay, so can I use mutating children to say let constant? Oh yeah. I guess it again comes down to how bad is it to walk through the whole tree if you've already deleted it? Because we don't get the same descendant twice. The children. Okay, so now we should. Children. I guess children bang. Whoops. Because we know children is not nil if we get here, so we can do a remove all. All right, so that takes care of one level, but that's the leaf. I don't know. Am I getting these recursive things? Well, the plans, the top level thing is an and so it's kind of array like, but it's got a list of children. But if this is a recursive function, well, it's going to be in a moment here, right? So if I just do this much, it's not going to pass, because the grandparent does not contain the children as a child. It contains it as a descendant. All right, but we haven't dealt with the descendant case. Okay, yeah, so he still fails. What I need to do is, if children is nil, okay, so we got to have two ways out. If we don't find it, we may need a test for this too. But if children is nil, then this node has no children. We can't do anything, just return. If it has children, then we check if one of those children is the node to delete. And if so, we delete it and then return. Otherwise, we have we have the children, and we think one of its descendants may have it. So children dot for each, well, thanks. Okay, so if we can't remove it from ourselves, we'll try each child, and we'll say remove descendant. Okay, so now maybe you're right. I mean, I'm still walking the tree. Let's see if it works. Then we'll simplify. Okay, so in this case, I think I'm still walking the tree. Like I've got my children. I don't have it as a child, so I tell my children for each one, go through and do your thing, but at some point you find it, and then all the other children don't really need it. Well, okay, let's unwind first. Okay, so make plan able to remove descendants. Okay, and so I think I'm coming to your first thing. Could we just call remove? We can't just call it once, but we can call it on well, yeah, can I do this? So now I'm saying I'm willing to repeat this. Whoops. All right, so this one is if you're my child, remove it. Otherwise, run through each of my children. If you're any of their children, remove it from there. Okay, so this should work too. I mean, it's slightly simpler. I think I can make it even simpler too. Okay. It's slightly less performant in a sense that we're attempting to remove from the children the descendant children, even if we already removed it from ourselves. So it's a little extra, but we're talking, again, maybe 100 nodes, and it's fine. All right, but I think we can do this. Guard children not equal nil. Else return. Okay. Now, do I get rid of these? Oh. I thought it would detect that condition and let you omit the bangs. Preparing tests, okay. Do you still need to remove the plan even if it has no children? Well, I think the question really is the other way around, right? Do we remove a plan? What happens to the children of the plan we remove? And the answer is they're gone too, because there's no way to get to them because the way through them was the previous parent. Yeah, so I think it's a little tricky. I mean, these recursive things often are, and then are we writing the most performant version of it and all that? But we're starting with the top level plan that says my finances. We're never going to try and remove that. We only try and remove the children of the top level plan. So remove looks at descendants, but it doesn't look at itself. Okay, so it assumes I'm not the one, and then I'll check my children. And so if I have no children, then there's nothing else I can do. So I'm done. If I have children, well, I certainly don't want one of them to be the node I want to remove. Okay, and so I'll remove them. But this remove all is silently continuing if there is no node that meets the criteria. So the node could be a descendant. So now we run through all the children and remove it from any of them or their children. So I think this is reasonable. Now let's I'm not sure if I ran tests after that last change. All right, so I want to run tests, check this in. That says plan, at least for now, is good on remove. And then we got to go back to plans and deal with that. Okay, so. Okay, commit. All right. And now plans, let's take out this stuff. And okay, so here we have plans. When you create plans, you always start with my finances. So it's my finances contains my scenario contains stream by the time we finish this setup. We say remove stream, plans children is my scenario. Okay, so we look down at the my scenario level and say that thing should have no children because we removed the stream that was attached. All right. And maybe I can call this let expected expected scenario equal this. Well, use the tool. It's got so few places it can work. Okay, not including this one. All right, let expected scenario equal this. Now that is expected scenario. Same here. There's no parent in plan. That's right. And that's where, yeah, if we had parents, the algorithm would be take the plan you want to delete, go to its parent, tell the parent to delete it, and you're done. Okay. This has to do more walking around because of that. So yeah, it's more work this way. Now, what I'm not so sure, well, I don't think it'd be impossible to have that parent ID. But I don't want to have the parent, I don't want to have the whole parent, So if it's just the ID, I have to go find the ID. If it's the whole parent, well, now I'm exporting the parent. Well, the parent has children. The children include the thing I'm exporting. Like it's a recursive kind of thing. You'd have to write out a child. You'd be writing out its parent, which writes out its child and its other children, and like that. So Yeah, but if you have the ID, somehow you have to find that ID, which is going to be the same process of walking through all the, well, walking from the top down until you find it. Okay. All right. Now, what about the plans or plans? Okay, so this now should work because we call plans is a plan and we call plan.remove. Okay, so these tests should pass. And we'll definitely run it and give it some complicated scenarios. All right, let's check that in. Yeah, people is definitely a simpler setup. Okay, oops. Let's run. Okay, so now let's see them and expose. All right, so I'm going to create a scenario. SC, and I'm going to give it some stuff. Let's give it scenario 1, reading 500. In 2030. Scenario 2, 1,000. 2035. Yeah, probably 2037, but 2035. And then scenario 3 is, oh, something's not right. 2,000, starting in 2040. Oh no, they're there. Okay, I was worried we weren't getting multiple scenarios. All right, so scenario 1 is blue. Yeah, okay, that's the worst. That's in the long run, right? Because you eventually catch up. Okay, so now, one thing to notice, we don't have a trash can on our scenario or on my finances for that matter. But I should be able to delete this one out of the middle, S2, and hopefully everything just works. I don't see anything. Oh, do we not turn it on? I don't think we turn it on. Stream view. We did not. Okay, let's run again. Oh, there's my delete me's. Plan to remove upstairs, remove the plan. It should not be a memory leak because, I mean, there's nothing. It's a tree with no parent node, so there's no reference back to the rest of the tree. It's just got its own information and the information of its children. Okay, so let's go look at this and this. All right, now I'm going to delete this one. And S2 is gone. All right, that's a good sign. Okay, I can also delete this one at the top level. Whoop, okay, good. I mean, it's supposed to work. I mean, we wrote tests and everything, but it's always good to see it. Okay, so this is cool. So now I feel like again, I reference my customer, my brother. You know, if he entered a number wrong before, he was just screwed, and he had to like figure out how do I get this number reversed in the various scenarios. Now he can just delete it and re-add a new one if he wants to. Okay, but we don't have anything to delete SC, so we should do that. All right. That's next. Did we change anything? Yes, I think we did. Yep. Okay. Okay. Now, I think everybody else is going to just fall out. Plan leaf view. Okay. So that one has the stream view and it has the composite view. All right. So in our plan stream view here, we basically added this button. And we had to make sure people, well, I'm not sure why people is in there. Oh, okay. Yeah, we do need it. All right. So we have to have, well, we have to have plans in our composite view. All right. And then we want a button, kind of like exactly like this one. Now, I guess I'm going to put it to the right of the plus. And this is the trash one. Oh, well, that's a better looking thing, isn't it? So we do button. I don't think it hurts to do this. Add. That is nicer looking. All right, let's see if our preview. Yeah, it should be the same call. So there should be no more work on the model side. I don't have people in here. Okay. I need to make an example of that. Actually, I just need this one, I think. Oh, those names are there. Okay. I really don't want them. So that's why it was a space before. I think you can use empty. Yeah. Okay, and this gets put in a disclosure group, so it also has the little triangle there. Well, it's not going to stay this way for long. But maybe this one would be better first. Like I say, in the long run, I don't expect to keep the trash can. I'm going to have an edit button, which is potentially non-destructive, where this is destructive, this is adding, and then the disclosure button is non-destructive. So I didn't want a destructive thing in the middle, even though I think it's probably more sensible to have the trash can later, but that's okay. Same remove call. Okay, so I think this should be working. This is all just UI stuff we did. Okay. I don't know. We should see if there's a. I don't know how. There's probably a way to make that not show up. Oh, it is on my finances. Okay, we'll delete SC. Well, let's add an income stream first. $10,000 a month. Yeah, that hardly makes any difference. Okay. Now, if I delete this, I should just get, well, I don't know what you get for 10,000 a month. 120 a year, 360,000. That doesn't sound right. 3.6 million sounds right. Okay. So I'm going to delete the scenarios. Did I click add? And we just have, it looks like 3.6 million. Okay. Let's add it back in. I'll just put one thing in there. Now there's only one scenario. Ooh, boom. Okay. Index out of range. Create stream view. Thank you. Parent is a plan. Index out of range is just the weirdest message for that. We did a make stream. Do we have real code anywhere here? I mean, parent comes in. That's part of this. Okay, I'm just going to hit run again. Contiguous array buffer. All right, we should have that. Okay, I don't know where scenario got to. Okay, now let's pause here before it gets too far out of hand. Okay, I want to add a stream. Come to. Lots of twos. Okay, we have my finances with one child, which is presumably the scenario. Parent equals. Or is income equals. Then we have income 2. Wow, what is going on? Well, let's look at the files, but I don't think it's a file issue. I'm wondering if I'm afraid it's an observable issue. Let's go here. Oh, sorry, it was JQ dot. Okay, we have plans and where's your name? My finances. He has one child. It's not a stream. Monthly amount. Wait a minute, where's scenario? Oh, okay, we don't have scenario in this. We just have stream. Yeah, okay. I had a twinge about this. We didn't really check about writing scenarios and groups. We did a lot of stuff on stream, but we just kind of let it do its thing. And what we're seeing in here, I don't think I'm seeing. I mean, this is this child. He looks like he's the income stream, the income, the existing stream. But I don't see any representation of the scenario. Okay, I'm going to continue, but it's going to blow up again, I think. Index out of range. Index out of range is so weird to me. We have a binding to the parent plan. Although, you know, I'm still a little confused about bindable versus binding. Okay. I'm going to run again. Let's tackle something smaller. We're just going to create a scenario. Okay. That should be in our stuff. Right. There's this, my finances. He has children. He only has one child, and that's a stream. Okay, so we did not write these things. Okay. Why not is not at all obvious to me. Okay, so I think I'm seeing two issues. One is if you've, well, yeah, we're just trying to go in and add a thing to a scenario and we're hitting a wall. That's kind of weird. But now we're, okay. Make sure the timing is right here. Okay, 3:15. Okay, so I think there's two problems. Let's get organized. Okay, I guess delete streams we are doing. Now the problem is, well, one problem is create new stream after deleting something. Okay, but the other problem is, do groups and scenarios persist? Okay, so I want to tackle that one first, because if we're not persisting right, then it's not surprising stuff is failing with disconnects of various sorts. Okay, so let's see. How do we test this? I guess we'll run this again. Okay. Excuse me. All right, and we'll take a look over here. Okay, one child. Good. Now we'll add a scenario. Okay, it shows up here, but does it show up here? Nope. Okay, so that just does not write. My guess is, like, you remember in streams, with streams, we created something that talked to plans and told it to add add the stream, and it went and added it in there somewhere and just defaulted to plan to do the work. I bet you, I'll bet you there's no corresponding jump to plans to do it. I bet it's just adding it directly to the node without involving plans at all. And plans is the thing that tracks changes and detects that we should write. So that's my working theory. Where is this going to be? Plan view. Okay, so plan and tree view, we're actually on or tree view, but they're basically the same bar module. They're labels, I guess. Okay, so where's that plus? Is add presented, add plan view. Okay, let's go over to that thing. Excuse me. Create stream view, create scenario view. Okay, so we can tell it's working and create stream view. Create button stream, and it does plans.append. Okay. I'm sure there's no corresponding one. Oh, got lots already. Plan composite view. Oh, here's add plan view. Okay. Create group view. Yes, create. Yep, he just adds that. Okay. So we're really saying plans and stream view does this. So the parent is plan, and this is the new one. This goes away. All right. And then create scenarios view. Again, does not have plans, but he should be doing something like this. Plans.append, the parent is plan. This is make or of name. That goes away, and we need the environment. Okay. Now this also needs a plans. Okay. Got a new stream after the group. It should save both. Yeah, I think it should save right away. Yeah, that's a good question. That was plan.append. Okay, let's let this run. These pokey previews. I don't know when the next version of Xcode is coming out. I thought it was within a few weeks of WWDC. Dub. Okay, here we go. All right, That's there. Good. Okay, this one needs the same deal. Okay. We'll let that build. Good. Okay. All right. So but your excellent question was who's using plan.append now? I think somebody must. No? Well, no, wait a minute. We know they do. Yeah. Plan. Parent is a plan, so parent plan.append child. Why it didn't find the reference. That I don't know. There they are. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Plans is the one that counts. These others are tests. These count. Okay. Well, good. All right. So I think well, make groups and scenarios persist. We'll test that in a moment here. All right, let's run. What? Okay, so this is the first time we'll have created a scenario. All right, and then we should be able to see that in the file. Looks bigger, good sign. Okay, it has the income stream. It has scenario 1. All right. Okay, with no children. Good. Okay. Let's take a break and then we'll come back and retry our create stream after deleting something and see if all that was generated from the lack of persistence. I'm a little skeptical that that's the problem because it was sitting there in memory and it had trouble attaching to it. But we'll see. All right. So 3 or 4 minutes off and then we'll tackle that. Welcome back. All right, so we're going to try and repeat this test where we created a new stream after deleting something. So let's go ahead and add some stuff to the scenario. Now, even this gave us trouble briefly there. So scenario 1, 1500. 2027. Oh, it's going to do it again. Can I filter these? wasn't the kind of filtering I wanted. I just wanted the ones with those blocks in them. Well, that's not good. It's an exception. Oh, you're right. Now it's a fatal. Okay. I feel hopeless some days. Okay. So parent is just not right. And we can't even see it. That's the worst of this. Index out of range. Like, what the heck are you indexing? I mean, there is an index involved at some point when you actually do the append, but we appear to be dead before that. Report to debuggers when it gets the index out of range. That seems odd. That's a break. Sorry. Break is a trap. Okay, so it's intentionally crashing here with 0x1 as the value on it. Don't know what these are doing. Assertion failure. How are we in an assertion failure? These unnamed symbols. Ugh. Create stream view. Why can't you show me source? So this is apparently some sort of low-level subscript. And then it checks the subscript to be in range, and it's coming out of range. So I think this assertion is not one of our asserts, but it's one of the system internal asserts. And we've failed by the time we get to this point. So somehow we've messed up something. This is really odd. Yeah, he's totally crashed, right? So I can't really continue. Yeah. I think this is just going to be index out of range. No, this is FCBC. Okay, how do you get that from what I gave you? I don't know. Yeah. Bizarre. Okay, put the breakpoint back, look at the parent before the crash occurs. Yeah, that's what I did earlier, and it just showed it crashed, but we'll try. Okay. Wait. Make sure what's there. Now that scenario's gone. Now that seems really weird to me because we were at this point and saved. We had no children. We haven't added that thing yet because it keeps crashing. But why do we have no children now? Okay, so we'll add SC2. Okay, that looks okay. Let's dump this again. Right. Okay, so there's that second child, ST32, or so it's scenarios with no children. Okay. And then child 1 is the first child is that. Okay. Now, the question to me is, should I be looking somewhere sooner? All right, we got an environment with plans. We got parent. Well, I don't see why the inside of one should be different than the other, but we'll try. Okay, we do a create. Get it a name. Amount. When we say create, we should call that spot. Okay. Now, parent. Let's try this. If it's a binding. Wrap value requires a wrapper binding a plan. Parent.wrapped value, where parent is a binding. To pass in the parent scenario plan as parent when adding the stream. Well, I would have said so since adding it worked to my finances, right? So let's verify that. Create stream view. He doesn't recognize callers. Okay. Find symbol. That's plan. That's add plan view is given a binding to the plan. And he passes that binding down, which is weird. Yeah, my finances is an and. Yeah, it's conceivable there's a difference between and or. Okay, let me dump this again. Right. Oh. He's gone. Well, I don't know at what point that got deleted. But theoretically, I mean, it was there just a moment ago with empty children and a name SC32. Has it something to do with decoding after loading? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, theoretically, we haven't actually called the code to add anything yet, right? Because it was dying when it was calling that. So I don't understand why anything got touched. Okay. So I think we're going to open it up and we're going to have no scenarios. And you can see the scenario is gone. Well, I can't. Where's that rotate? Interesting failure to draw. Let's run again. Okay. Well, let's try if it's, is there anything about groups that makes them better? Greek P. Okay. Let me delete the group. No, let me check the group. Okay, there's an AND node with group, GP, and a stream. Well, let me add a group to the group. Group 2. Boom, it's gone. Wow. Because that's the income. And it went when I typed G2. That's like really bizarre. I don't know if it went when I typed the G or the 2. But all it is a text field. There's our required text field. I don't think there's any action going on there. Yeah, there's no button handler or anything there. Okay, if I continue. Oh, I haven't done anything. Okay, I'm going to hit create. That thing is gone. So yeah, there's no wonder the plan is failing. Okay. Let's break in plan dot remove. And break there. And there. Plans dot remove. What? Let me run that again. Well, where am I? Forward touch method. Okay, I'm going to run. I don't know why. Okay, I'm opening it. I'm going to add a group. It's calling remove. Am I getting screwed by this name? Let me find a different button declaration. I don't know. Something. Yeah, I don't know what. You're right. I remember seeing some glitch, but I don't know what happened. Okay, so let's see. I just want to see all the ways created. Action and label. I just want action and image. Label from a localized string key. Okay, I'm doing something wrong with this then. I think this name, well, the other one is like, what's the target? Is it clicking both buttons when I click the plus sign? Because of like, it's treating the whole row as a click point. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to say delete and add. Okay, let's run again. It's going to have the names in there now, but I'll figure out a way to get rid of that. Okay, so there's this. I'm going to say add. Wow. And this is running the delete button. Okay. I don't think this is the same problem. Okay, this sounds like us. He's got an H stack with 3 buttons. You tap one button and it prints that. Okay. One tap gesture instead of button. Add a button style. Really? Okay, well, yeah, so it apparently is not, well, I mean, normally there's some sort of like hit test for where did you hit, right? And the forwardmost view gets a chance to say, pick me. But it appears like we're getting the whole bar at once. Haha, no breaks. Except it doesn't like this. Well, that looks indented the same to me. Wow. That is definitely unexpected behavior. All right. Scenario. Okay, SC. But I didn't break on my plus either, did I? Okay, I guess I don't have a breakpoint on one of those. Wow. Okay. We will add, I'm going to click this part. Notice it clicked the whole button too. It went gray and back. That's a good sign. All right, so this is some scenario. No, I'm still going to, okay, I'm hitting my breakpoints. That's a good thing. All right, I'll continue past the first one. Now parent hopefully is real. Yep. Okay. Whew. And we'll continue. Good. Now I should be able to delete this. He's gone. I'll add him back. Add another one. Okay. Now I'll delete this. And I'll delete. No, I'll do another add. Okay. And I'll delete this one. Oh, it did delete. Okay, but that's okay. Yeah, I think we're okay. But we have to make sure everywhere that uses multiple buttons honors this. Unbelievable. Okay. Now there's a, let's find the button styles. Well, borderless is not bad. Create a button directly. The style varies by iOS. Well, borderless probably is the right choice. Let's see if we can find an article on that. Wow. Yeah, we can make our own. No, that's not so helpful. Automatic, borderless button, plain button. Well, I guess a plain button would be okay. I know. That's I hope that's on somebody's list as a bug. I do think we can do plain button here because there's no need to color it blue in our context. It's just going to be out in a buttony section. All right. Let's make sure group. Well, stream view doesn't use that button style. Let's try dot plain. I'll leave the one. Oh, maybe I can just tell in the preview. I have some vague memory of seeing this happen or hearing something about it. But I can't even guess what's going on there. And my editor's going wonky again. Okay, I really don't want those names. Let me take them back out. Oh. Yeah, there's delete. Add is plain. Delete is borderless. I do like the plain better. Okay. Should update. Okay. But I don't want those names. Let me just try this again. Yeah, that's a little better. Don't like the group line has any actions either. Yeah, I mean, that's just, this is just text over here. All right, but let's go to the create stream view. I don't think it's gonna hurt it. Let's see. No, it's not create stream. It's just stream view. Well, this is probably the form I should be using then. Oh, come on. Color should change. Yep. Okay. That's consistent. All right, let's borrow this form. So action : interior with image something. I don't know. And an accessibility label. Yeah, that probably is the way it should be done. Okay, create group view. No. Plan view. Oh, man. Action plans, dot remove plan, system image trash, accessibility label delete. Okay, that covers that one. Button style plain. Okay. System name plus. Okay. Yeah, it could be the expand button messing things up, but the solution is just rando. like why would a button style say, "Oh, now you don't have to take over the whole line," you know? I don't get it. Okay, well oh, button, yeah. You got no style. Okay. Well, good. So, make buttons have a button style. So multiple buttons on a line are not triggered at once. Okay. Of the let's just say that one wasn't on my bingo card for the week. Okay. Let's go back to do. All right. So this is really was fix problem where multiple buttons got triggered from a single click. Delete and add on the group and scenario lines. Okay. Yikes. Okay, but these two are good. All right, and what's left? Just that. Okay. Well, our next step is editing, which is not unreasonable. But I don't think it's a 20-minute job and we're at the end of the week. So I think I want to pick up some other task and see if we can knock that out instead of tackling something medium to large. Month about, yeah. Well, the one I've been pondering is this one. We're using OutlineGroup, and OutlineGroup has those disclosure arrows. I wonder, I saw a list actually does have a recursive version, and I think it even indents. But it doesn't have the disclosure arrows. I think it just leaves it expanded, which for us, I think is the right thing. Because, like, even if you have 100 things, you're talking about you've got half of well, we're designing it for iPad, so it's sort of a half page of text, and that's a window onto something, probably 10 to 20, right? I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 12. You know, so you might have a few pages. This could be squeezed a little differently too, but I think most of the time I just want to see what the stuff is. I don't know if I need the closure button. And what that gives us is we have plan question mark in our plan. The children, and so you can't assume, like, we don't really need a distinction between a list with no children and an empty list, you know, an optionally but nil list of children. I don't think that's going to affect us that way. So I'd like to kind of break that out so we don't have to keep checking it, and we can just check if the list is empty, and we'd know if we ever care. So let's try that, and just as a UI thing, experiment. And if it works in 15 minutes, then we're good. And if it doesn't work, we'll just revert it, and that's the way it goes. Okay, so let's go into content view because that's where this is. Okay, well, it's in plan list view. Okay, so here we do for each possibilities, plans, tree in this group, do it. Now this is also because that top level plans thing is, well, it was formerly treated as an array. All right, let's find the for each. I don't know, recursive list. Will that bring it up? No. List recursive. There's a list structure initializer accepts a key path for the recursive field. It will use the key path to traverse. Right. There's a list tree. How do you get the contents? And how do you get the children? All right. We can put both up. List row content. I don't know why that's what that is. Data children row content. Is that what he showed us? Tree ID children. ID content, ID children, and then that. Okay, well, the data is possibility.plans. Well, this part's the same. And as a matter of fact, right, I can just do plan view. Let's say $0. Now that should just give me the top level thing as the first thing in the body, and then we'll add the children, which is just that key path to children, which is okay for us. Now, notice they've got that question mark too, so I don't know if that's required here as well. Whoopsie. Preview crashed. Go. Ignore. Possibilities.plans. Now, let's comment this one. I think it's just that I don't have it in a VStack. Perhaps. Nope. Ignore. What is wrong? For each possibilities dot plans. Yeah, they will. Yeah, let's see his example. I think he may have had a picture. Yeah, so they will Oh, they still have disclosure groups. I don't know what the point is then. What's the difference between outline group and this? But they do indent automatically. I don't know if we get to control the indentation more. Possibilities.plans is an array of plan. Now that may be a problem. I don't know. ID. Well, let me just do children.children. Maybe that'll help. No. List is tree, which is array of stuff. In our case, possibilities.plans is an array of plan, which are recursive trees. ID value. Text of, well, let's just do text of $0 instead of plan view. No. Failed to build. Okay. Binding a plan. Binding of string. My finances. And it still starts out. Okay. Oh, it's just so annoying. I don't have any programmatic control over this arrow. I don't think list does. That's doesn't seem like it. What? Cover the chevron now. Doesn't seem to matter. List not grouped. Okay, let's try that. Well, now what's the problem? Huh, we have plans and people. We don't pass them down? Is that... I'm supposed to get a little stethoscope here. Plan list view. Well, I guess if you don't use plans, you don't have to. This looks a little low level for me to figure out what's going on. What does plan view need? I feel like some of these need, yeah, these need people and plans. Okay. I believe that's what's going on here. That seems like an easy enough mistake that they should be telling us that. You know, a view tried to open up an environment variable and couldn't find it. Wow, that's tiny. Okay, now I want to go back to the other one if I can. No great difference I can see. Okay, I think that amounts to no changes. Oh no, that's changed. Okay. All right. Okay, so that one's a bust. I was hoping, well, I could hope we can get rid of this, and I was hoping we could get rid of the disclosure bars, but they're there regardless. I don't know what the outline group is giving us inside that, but okay. The next one, I didn't write this down, but we still have tests that don't follow this new convention of the, so it's just this one. The possibilities, let's rename this. The possibilities. Okay. That's the testing one. Okay. Now this, John has a trick to get rid of that, I think. I'd have to set up a different main just for tests or something. John Reed. All right, so this was... all right, and then the other test thing is, given that we have 5 minutes, we have tests that use the old approach. This is SwiftTesting. This is SwiftTesting. I guess if it has at test, it's SwiftTesting. I expect a scenario. Here's an old one. Okay, so I'd like to just convert this over to import testing. We take this off. We can just be a struct. Put this on the relevant lines. Now you can even mix and match and have both in the same file, but not going to worry about that. All right, I'll take off the TEST, optional, but these become pound expect equals do we have multi-cursor? Sorry, I don't know how to get in there. I know I've done it. Split selection by lines, is it that? Yeah, is it alt click? That's promising. Thank you. Wow, that is the cat's meow. All right, for this kind of stuff. If I can remember to hit hold. All right. And the test count went down because the new Swift testing doesn't count them yet. All right. Yeah. Happy 4th of July. At least I guess the ones in the U.S. care. We get a holiday. All right. Well, we've had a good week. We got persistence working, I think, pretty well. We caught that defect today about the group and the scenarios. And we've gotten at least version 1 of editing. You can delete stuff if you make a mistake. That's really good. That's a good start. And next week we'll work on editing things. So I think that's going to take a little revising. We didn't really allow for editing when we created the views, but it requires us to kind of initialize values and treat, not create, but edit button, stuff like that. So it's got a little bit of work to it. But anyway, we'll work on that next week. Thanks for joining. I'll be back Monday, 2 to 4:30 p.m. and 6 to 8, that's EDT, or 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC. All right. See you. Thanks. Bye-bye.